line of that journal entry, you can just write, I observe, and then, maybe 2 or 3 lines down, you can write, I wonder. I observe and I wonder. And you guys have done this many, many times before. And let's just take a quiet moment to make some observations and some wonders, some questions about what you see going on in this photograph. There's obviously a lot of writing, and it's difficult to sort of see all of it. So don't worry about necessarily what it says. If you want to kind of get up close and take a look, you're 100% welcome to do that. You can either look at it up close on my computer, or you can get up close here. But let's just take a moment or two to jot down both what we see, basic observations, and anything we want to know, we wonder about it. Yeah, there you go. So I see a guy on the street reading a paper. I see a bunch of people. I see this sign for a public shelter that goes that way. I guess one of the things I wonder is if that shelter has to do with like nuclear war. Yeah.
They're gonna have that.
Well, 1960s. Well, that's true. That may just be sort of a regular traffic sign or something. Take another, maybe 10 seconds or so to jot down any observations, any questions. What's that? Okay. Fully versed. Okay, that's all right. Great. Just go ahead and fill the room with a little bit of chatter. Talk to the guy or the guys at your tables. Share both your observations and share both your questions that you have. Go for it.
What is people sitting in newspapers, stairs, and I wonder what is it like in the old why is it like older, like not like super old, but like my question before color television.
Okay, we'll talk with Nathan.
Like it's like a public shelter sign for like homeless people. It's like probably before color television.
What's that?
Probably before color television.
Just because it's a black and white photo?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's got that good feel.
So my question is, if there's like huge sign
Okay.
Lots of news.
Okay.
Public shelter sign.
All right. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at this photo. Again, it's a little bit blurry, so it's a little bit tough to see from where you guys are. But I think we can get the basic idea of it. Anyone want to venture to just begin? I like starting with observations, just because it kind of helps us get our bearings as to what we're looking at. Anyone just want to throw in a couple observations? Ted, it's coming to you. Sorry, go ahead.
I see a couple buildings, a sign that says things like public shelter, and lots of people.
Okay, so since we see lots of people, what can we kind of surmise?
It's probably a big city.
Maybe a big city, probably a fairly populated area. Will, coming to you.
It's black and white.
Okay.
So it must be older in the past.
Must be older in the past, and we do have black and white film today, but there is something about kind of the graininess, the style, and things like that. Okay, and it's also being shown in a history class. Okay, Gio, coming to you.
Alright, well, I see like there's tons of newspapers that everyone's writing, even on the pole. The shelter public sign, and it's like it's obviously a big city.
Okay.
And also there's like that no standing sign, and then there's just a guy standing right there.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Wait,
So
that
is
was
it-
3 years after space race?
this was taken. You're saying it's 3 years after the space race?
No, when was it?
When was this? Well, we don't know when this was taken, but we do know when the space race happened. Jackson, it's gonna come to you.
What city and country is this? When was it? Why is it important? What was happening in the world and in this country?
Brilliant. Okay, so we moved into some questions. I love the question, what is happening in the world at the time of this photo, right? So you're taking this one little slice, this one little thing, you're saying, what's going on in the world that's maybe impacting this situation? Max, coming to you. I'll get you, I'll get you.
Why is there a public shelter sign?
Why is there a public shelter sign out in the middle of
It's
the
like
street?
a,
Do you want to venture that?
Probably.
Do you want to venture that? Here.
Probably like a haven, and then I observed that the guy that was reading the paper said John F. Kennedy ordered something.
Ah,
And so the guy's
yeah.
probably looking into that and probably said something.
I think it's
Okay.
Cuba at the bottom.
So if we look at and I'm just going to read the headline of the newspaper that my man right here is reading, okay? The headline reads, JFK, John F. Kennedy, President, orders blockade of Cuba. Orders blockade of Cuba. So something's going on here with the president, Cuba, a blockade, and this guy's reading about it in the paper. So it's public knowledge, okay? Let's keep going with some observations and some questions. Lucas, coming to you.
Well, my question is, if there is a huge sign that says public shelter,
The public shelter thing is up again. Okay.
why aren't a lot of people going for it if they know
Okay, so Lucas is sort of thinking like we've been in this sort of era now of the space race, of threat of nuclear war and all this stuff. The public shelter, why aren't people going towards it? Is what you're asking. Great question, Frank. Coming to you.
So like it says no standing, which is kind of weird.
Yeah,
So is that like the equivalent of no loitering?
it's a little bit like no loitering. Yep. Gio, coming to you.
Alright, well, now I'm wondering what a blockade is. And like,
Now you're wondering what a blockade
It's
is.
like,
Great
it's
thing.
like when you put up walls and stuff.
Maybe when you put up some walls. Okay, we're gonna.
Or
basically,
you
like,
get-
John F.
it's
Kennedy
secure.
wants to build a wall
Or
from
when you
Cuba.
stop supply or something.
Okay, so here.
Yeah, it
Okay.
is when you stop.
Okay, so Gio brings up a really good point. So Gio, I love that you're like, what is a blockade? You kind of want to know that. Sounds like Max has a venture
It's when you
to help.
close off stuff.
Hold on one second. Hold on. Okay. If you guys want to say anything.
When like people kind of isolate somebody and they use like what they have to block off resources going into a country or
Okay.
just stop things from going in or out.
Okay. Yeah. So if you think about it, Gio, we have borders between countries, right? And borders, but you can travel between countries. A blockade is sort of when a country blocks another country from having stuff go in and out of it.
The
So
wall.
could be a wall.
Like
Doesn't
it's
have to
like
be a physical wall.
Like you know
Like a
how
high.
Star Wars,
Yeah.
they
Firewall.
have like blockades.
Say it again.
They have blockades in like Star Wars.
They have blockades in Star Wars.
And like,
I'm
like Star Killer Base.
I don't know what Star Killer Base is.
You're not
I've watched
Okay,
all
okay,
6 of the
alright.
seasons of Star Wars.
I want to go to Ted. Ted's been waiting patiently.
Well, the public shelter could be for the homeless,
Like the
Could be
haven.
for the homeless. Okay.
but it could be from the space race.
Okay. William's gonna round us out here with the last comment, and then we're gonna move on.
Right. So